Welcome to My Wellness Rewired, Hacking Women's Health. Join Larissa and Mallory as they explore biohacking tips for women based on the latest science and research available today. Let them help you unlock your best self. It's time to hack smarter, not harder, together.
All right. Welcome to My Wellness Rewired. I'm so excited. We're here in California. Mallory got to fly out. We went to our very first Biohackers Conference. She flew in, and we went to the Los Angeles 2026 Biohackers World Conference and Expo here in California.
Yeah.
And it was very fun. It was our very first Biohackers convention.
Yes. Yep. Our first one ever. It was very exciting and it did not disappoint, I will say. So
it was a lot. It was very inspirational, very overwhelming as far as learning. Because I thought that I definitely thought on a scale from 1 to 10 that I was more in the middle when it comes to biohacking. And this clearly taught me that I'm definitely in the early stages. There's so many amazing new technologies that came out. It's really amazing and inspirational. So it definitely changed and my optimism for the future.
Yeah, definitely the future looks bright. So many vendors, first of all. I think I could have spent some days more there just soaking up information from these people who are so passionate about health and about longevity. So the MC, it was really interesting because he said that he mentioned the concept of not necessarily lifespan, but health span, which I feel like we've talked about before in the past. And it was such an awesome concept. And I really feel like that's what I felt being there is really your health span matters. What is the quality of the life that you're living? And you want that quality to be as long as possible for as long as possible, right? Like as good as possible for as long as possible. And so I had no idea how much was out there technology-wise that is there to just help our bodies, really just to enable our bodies to do its thing, you know?
Well, because so much of modern society gets in the way of your body doing its natural thing. And so it's very interesting that there is definitely a lot of inventions that are out there to help us offset the pollution and toxins we have in our everyday life.
Yeah, environmental toxins, the food that we eat, it's everywhere that we have to, like our body is a detoxing machine, but it's so fascinating how many things we can do to support that.
Yeah.
And make it more efficient. And how as we age, that those systems become less effective, right? And so having things at our disposal that could potentially help with that, I was like, man, this is awesome. But I do feel like I came into it like we've been researching for a year. We've been doing all these things. We got this. And I do think we got this. But we got a lot more to learn.
Yeah.
So that was very eye-opening for me too.
We definitely left thinking we have so much to learn and to research because you have to do the research. That's
I definitely think we have a mountain of research ahead of us.
Yeah.
So much more to come for this show. I think it's given us so many ideas, so many amazing people we met, so many specialists in their own industries that are going to hopefully come on the show, and we'll have so much more to share to, for the time to come, that it's just given us a fresh set of inspirational things. I felt like it was definitely a fire hose situation of information. And I think that the ability to take those things and kind of bring them to like an everyday
understanding.
Yes, understanding. Because like not everybody wants to go to a 2-day conference and dig into the science behind different technologies and different supplements and protocols and things, but we geek out on that. So then everybody who listens gets to benefit, right?
And actually, the next time I go, I would love to have one of those handheld recorders where I can just literally record the conversations I have so I can literally go back and replay it and like, okay, what did they say when they said this? And, because there was
that would have
so
been such a
much
good idea.
information
Yeah.
that was amazing. It was just my brain was on overload and I want to soak all of this in.
Yeah, I know. We're going to be busy just digging into the information and understanding it further so that we can ask more educated questions and then reach out to so many new friends that we have made that I think we're going to be busy for a while yet.
Yeah, I agree. And we went in and they had amazing keynote speakers. And so it was definitely a learning opportunity. And then they had an expo section where they had lots of vendors lined up, and you could literally try so many different things. And you could actually talk to a lot of the people. We met a lot of people who are the inventor, the scientist,
the CEO and the founders
CEO,
of so many of these companies. Yeah. It was
So
very cool.
in all of those, we met people in all of those formats. So it was
Yeah.
very interesting and inspirational.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. And what would you say really got you like the most excited of all the things that we saw on the convention floor?
Besides the hands,
Oh, yeah, that's right. These. So we had a great time. If you can't see it, it's a little miniature pointing hand. And so we used them to make people laugh, make ourselves laugh. But also, it was just fun to point at the things or clap for the things that we liked. And so it was a really fun approach to just our sisters came into town with us.
that's
We wanted to get them on this episode, but it was just chaos with nieces and
family.
nephews
Yeah.
everywhere. Our mom came into town. She was amazing and got to spend time with her grandkids while we were off being crazy at the convention. So, yeah, it was really fun. And we were able to enjoy ourselves to the max.
Yeah, we definitely brought some humor in, and we definitely made a memorable impression on a lot of people.
Yeah, for good or for bad, right? For good or ill. They were like, what?
But the people who loved it really loved it.
And those were our people.
Yeah.
So,
So anytime we clapped or pointed at something excitedly, it was for things that we loved
yep.
or interesting people that we met.
Yep, absolutely. And check out our social media because it's all
Yeah.
over. It was.
It is very much all over our social media.
I don't think we've laughed so much in a long time. So,
That's true. There's a lot of things at the convention that blew my mind, but I think that me personally, the thing that really impacted my life was the microcurrents. They
yes.
had these machines. So when we were walking by, this lady's like, but I think they were talking to Felicia and Clover, our sisters.
Yes.
And so I was like, oh, what are you guys talking about? And she's like, well, does anybody have a scar? And I was like, oh, where do you want to start? I have one here. I got a scar here from an accident in 2006 or here, whatever.
Yep.
So she's like, do you want me to do it for you? And I was like, yes, please. And so she did microcurrents on my scar and worked on me for what, 10 minutes?
Yeah, it was about 10 minutes.
And she really worked over it. Didn't hurt. Definitely didn't hurt. But she just worked on it while she was telling me all about the machine. Well, all three of us, four of us, about the
Right
machine,
here.
right
This
there.
yes.
And it was great. So before she worked on me, I could probably do it like what, 30%? Like if this went straight, this was always struggle.
Yeah, you've lost mobility from the surgery and
And
the
the
scar
scar
tissue.
tissue,
And you
and
can't lift your arm all the way up like you should be able to go parallel, right?
yeah, I can force it up.
Yeah.
I pull it up, but it doesn't naturally go up. And then
Yeah.
after doing it for 10 minutes,
It's worked on your
immediately
scar.
just worked on my scar area. I was able to go up like 70%.
Yeah. It was
So
like a huge we have before and after pictures. We'll have to
yeah,
share them. It was crazy.
it was very, very crazy. And
Yeah.
now what they say that because I have been overcompensating for my scar, my gimp arm is usually what I call it.
Yeah.
And I need to do the microcurrent around all the other muscles that have been overcompensating for that
And they're like
stuff.
tight. Right?
And then and then
Yeah.
it will loosen up exactly.
Yeah.
And so then it will be even better. So then I might get my full mobility back. And I'm like, this is something I've had for 20 years.
I
I
know.
would have known that this was even a possibility. I would have been all over researching it. So I'm very interested in that. And we're
Oh,
very
yes.
lucky. There's a local one here in Costa Mesa that I get to go in and explore. And we're definitely going to have her on the podcast.
Yeah, amazing group of ladies.
Yeah, amazing group of ladies. So I just feel that there's so much out there. And the more you dive into it and really understand what is out there, then it can benefit your life. So me
Yeah.
personally, that was a game changer for me. I'm very excited to learn more and progress in the understanding of what microcurrents will do for your body.
Yeah, and it's something that I didn't even understand because it's the concept is that it changes. Apparently, your cells have a charge, and so when they're not efficient and they don't have the right charge, they can't operate as efficiently. And so then, and places like scar tissue and things are like stoppage. I mean, we'll go into a great detail, but we were like, man, this is so crazy. I had never even heard of it before, and our sister Felisa had, and it's a recent therapy that she's been using that has like been life changing for her. So for us to be able to actually try it and see in 10 minutes the difference that it makes was like, oh my gosh, so cool. We will be covering that in the future for sure.
Yeah.
I think that for me, when we met the group of folks who brought the new technology into the US, that's been in, I think Singapore is where they're based out of, or where it's previously been created, right?
Invented, yeah.
And so it was this machine that you like get in, you put your knee in it, and it's like pulse technology. I wrote it down because it's very complicated. It's basically, it stimulates mitohormesis in your body, which again, these are things I need to research, but basically it's recharging your mitochondria. And we've talked about mitochondria and ATP at length in the past because this is huge in like even just the women's wellness world, like understanding what fuels your cells and the concept of cellular health versus, whole body health, right? And so the concept is that you put your leg in this machine because it's your biggest muscle. And this energy that it puts through your muscles basically is like a workout. So it's like you're sitting there doing nothing and your leg is getting a full workout without stressing any of your components, right? It's just sitting there. But what it will do is it stimulates mitochondrial in your body, I think is what it is, and it recharges your mitochondria. So like what I thought was so fascinating about it was them talking about all of the insane results they've had in clinical studies of, like cancer patients who are going through chemotherapy and in aging communities, like with the concern of like falls and, breaking things and having that be a death sentence, and how these sorts of treatments have helped like insane. Like it's almost
recovery.
Their recovery is insane. And also just their overall strength and wellness is better under this sort of 10-minute treatment. Again, it was only 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And then if you don't have anything for that mitochondria to really like repair, then it comes to you just really as like a boost of energy. And so because you've recharged all your batteries basically, or booted your power plant up to be like full capacity, popping out some ATP, which is your cell's energy source. So anyway.
It was fascinating.
I feel like I'm already getting all sciencey about it. We are going to cover it in the future. But to me, I was like, this is so cool. And the potential for it. Like they were talking about how they've had a lot of success already in helping breast cancer patients. And I mean, it's just hospital patients. Like one of them can go on a hospital bed onto the patient. And I'm so excited at the future that this could be a part for the United States, that it could be such a huge thing. So very exciting stuff.
Yeah,
I'm geeking out. I'm nerding out over all this science. So yeah, that was really cool. And then there was a lot of red light therapy there.
You put on a hat?
Yep, we'll put a picture, a big old red light helmet. The crazy thing is I had migraine. I was like building up to a migraine. And I was like, I just need to find some ibuprofen because I didn't bring any with me. And I was like, this is going to wreck the rest of my day. And so they put me in this helmet for 8 minutes and it was gone.
Wow.
Migraine was totally gone. It was so relaxing. I totally could have just fell asleep.
Oh, wow.
So it's like, when you are laying out in the sun and you get that pleasant warmth, it was exactly like that. But for my scalp, it was so nice.
Well, my red light experience wasn't like that. My red light experience.
It was not.
The 4 of us sisters, right? So out of the 4 of us, I'm definitely the eldest.
Yes.
I'm the oldest. And so the 4 of us were walking and then man with pristine face, beautiful, beautiful face, smooth,
great skin.
Like great skin. He stopped and he's like, and they're all 4 of us are standing there and he's like, oh, you're wearing the least amount of makeup. Do you want me to try this red light therapy on you? And I'm like, oh, I'm the prettiest one of all 4 of us. Sure. I'll totally, you can do your red light therapy practice on me. And then he's like, and then I sit down in his chair and then he's like, I can get rid of this line right here for you. And I'm like, oh. That's why you chose me, is because I had the most distinct laugh lines. Okay, I'll take that. So he did. He worked on me for 2 minutes? It wasn't very long.
Like 2 or 3 minutes.
2 or 3 minutes, but he did. It definitely made a distinct difference from one side to the next. So that was interesting. And then, so I took one for the team.
Yep.
But it was funny. But then it didn't end there. Then he kept going. Then he's like, "Oh, you got bags under here. No offense." I don't know how he said it. What did he say?
Like respectfully,
respectfully.
I can help with this.
Yeah, I can help with this right there. And he pulls out this pen that has a light on it.
It's like a red light pen almost.
That you put just right here on your bags. I'm like, for my lymphatic drainage.
Yeah, there's just puffy eyes.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe that is.
It was so funny. So he did that. And I'm like, oh man, between my wrinkles and my puffy eyes, I'm feeling really good now.
And it was at the very beginning of the conference.
It was literally
great start.
Our second booth that we went to. I was like, oh, this is awesome. But it was really funny. He was very nice about it. It was very great. But it definitely was hilarious. They got a big kick out of it.
Oh, we had lots of laughs out of it for sure.
There was lots of clapping.
There was a lot of pointing at her face. Just kidding. We didn't do that, guys. That would be a little mean.
But that was really funny. So that was my red light therapy situation versus her relaxing helmet head.
Yeah. No, very different. Mine was the second day, which was
much needed recovery after 2 full days.
Yes. And I also feel it's just so much information. Yeah. I feel like that might have contributed to my headache, and also sampling a lot of things with no food in my system.
Yeah.
But A, the samples were cool. It was very cool to be able to sample things. And but B, like it was just so much. I feel like honestly, it was just so much stimulating conversation, that
Right.
I was spending so much time trying to understand new things. And I feel like the process of learning sometimes can give you a little bit of a headache,
Oh,
especially if you haven't eaten or hydrated appropriately.
well, it was inspirational, but it was also very intense
Yes,
because there was so much out there.
so
And
much.
it goes back to the products. Like there were so many products out there, which was so interesting. But you definitely, like what we talk about all the time with our supplements, brands matter. It's the
Yes.
same way with all of these biohacking devices. There's a wide range. There was a few that the price point didn't match the rigor of what it said that it was going to do.
Yeah.
Or, so you have to really do your due diligence and research it. Do not just buy something from a salesperson. Actually do your research.
Yep.
Take the time, love yourself enough to go and do the research on that device and say, is this really giving me what I want it to do?
Right. You really have to vet out the vendors. I mean,
Yeah.
the companies that you're considering
Yeah.
purchasing a lot of these things from, because they can have a ton of benefit. But um, I think that it's easy in marketing to overpromise,
Yes.
right? And so
Yes.
that's where we're like, either, be careful about who you're buying from, or make sure that you're getting recommendations from trusted sources, because, a lot of people, like, we really try to do the work to vet out and try things before we recommend them.
Yeah.
And so then I know that the things that I'm recommending to people are tried and true, like the magnesium. When I use Magnesium Breakthrough, that is because I've used it for years and I've tried other brands and I always come back because I feel the difference, right?
Yeah.
And so I think it's the same thing with equipment, with all this technology. Our takeaway from it was, even as we're talking about it on the podcast and things, is that we really want to make sure that we are carefully vetting companies and vendors, and they can all, that's not to say that anything bad about any of the vendors were there, but just that there's so much.
Well, and even like with red light, this one might be a lower price point and it will only focus on certain
Skin surface.
skin surface healing,
Right.
Whereas like on the higher end, it might be a lot more expensive, but it's doing cellular deeper
Right.
infrared.
Deeper penetration,
Yeah.
healing and things, and mitochondrial charging, right?
Yeah.
And so it's a big part of it is just it's so complicated. It's understanding what you need, and then which companies can provide that and the price points that make sense. Because I do think that, we did see some overpriced things. And so
Yeah.
um, it was just fascinating.
Yeah,
But
it was really interesting. So just be careful when you purchase anything. Just make sure you do and anything in life, really.
yeah,
You
that
should,
applies to everything, really.
yeah, you should do your own research and make sure that it's legitimate to what you're getting. So that was definitely something we learned.
Yeah.
There's lots of variations within every single thing.
Yeah. The other thing that was interesting that we'll be talking about was um, I had never heard of nitric oxide before.
Oh, I didn't
Right?
either.
I
That's
know.
fun.
And so when we stopped, at a booth, and amazing people that we met, they're
So
on our
fun.
social media, had such
Yeah.
a great time. But I'm like, I have so much research to do, because that one even is like a component that our bodies make, just like an AD plus, and a lot of these things that, like, we need it, but as we age and over time, we become less efficient at generating it or recycling it, right? And so that's nitric oxide's another one of those. And so I'm like, oh my gosh, we'll be covering that at length, because that's another key component.
Yeah, we're already starting it. We put it on yesterday. We took our before picture, and now we're already starting our experiment.
Yeah, because we found a cool topical. Like, we're very excited about it. It's going to be awesome.
So
So
we'll let you know
yes,
future things, but it is interesting. And we actually got to meet the scientist on that one.
the founder.
The
Yeah,
founder.
yeah. And he has found a way to, because nitric oxide is a gas, right? So the
Yeah.
biggest thing is that it evaporates within a second or
Yeah.
two of it being produced, and so he's found a way to like solidify it or create the chemical reaction when you ingest it or put it on your skin, right? That gives you what, replacing what maybe our bodies are losing as we age. So very cool stuff.
Yeah.
That's one of the ones I'm most excited about too. So
Yeah. It's amazing.
yeah. Yep. So we have so much more research to do. We're excited about what we're going to be bringing you guys. And hopefully, with this, going to conventions, maybe we'll do it a couple times a year and just have fresh things for people to consider as they're kind of, getting to know their own bodies, right? And owning their own health. And so we just want to bring more information and make more things available, because as new technology is developed, like, these might be things that are very approachable for everyday
And can
women.
fix something that you might have had for 20 years.
Yes. Absolutely. They worked on my knee too, from like blowing out my knee skiing 15 years ago. So it's just crazy, the stuff that's out there.
Yeah.
So
The Biohackers World Conference and Expo is definitely a great one. I think for beginners.
I agree. So many people there were so happy to break things down.
Yes.
That I was very impressed.
Yeah. So I definitely would highly recommend that. And they do it 4 times a year throughout the United States.
Yes.
And so, but we went to the LA one, which I'm very happy because I got to have her visit.
Yes. We actually get to be in the same room.
Yay.
Little hand clap.
That's all over our social media if you want to see that from the conference.
And there will be more because these are too fun to not play with.
Yeah.
I mean, as you can see, the kids, the nieces and nephews did break the finger off of one of them. So now he's a thumbs up. Thumbs up, guys.
But we do have them on our website.
Yeah, we do. If you are interested, go mywellnessrewired.com, Biohackers Lab, and it's in there as some of our favorite things.
Because we had many, many people ask us for them. And so
many people. We got stocked all the time. They're like, where did you get those?
Because at the end of the day, at the conference, we definitely had the most energy and the most fun.
We did. And you know what? We went into it thinking, let's just have fun. If we can have fun with this and learn at the same time, that is us.
So we had all 4 of us sisters, and we I think, was it you said? I don't know which sister said this, but one of you guys said that it was your favorite time we've all had together.
Yeah, it was me. I was like, I think we were talking to our dad. I was like, this is probably the most fun we've ever had together. Because it was just like focused. We're all passionate about this kind of stuff. And we
had no kids and we had no other responsibilities. And so it was just the 4 of us at a 2-day conference. And
oh my gosh.
So very, very fun. We laughed a lot.
Some girl time that we needed.
Yeah.
We were like stacking, like learning and girl time and all the community, all the things. So
it was very fun.
It was good for the soul, a balm for the soul.
Yeah.
So
sure.
Yeah, there will be more to come. We just wanted to kind of give you guys the download of where we've been and what we've been doing, and that we're actually together in the same room instead of across the country from each other. So, we're here for it, and watch for more to come. We'll catch you guys next time.
Biohackers World Conference and Expo, LA 2026.
It reminded me of a flip off, like a. Muted this, so there's been no sound this whole time.
At least you caught it now.
Ooh, at least we got it now. That would have been rough.
We went to Biohackers.
You had it the first time.
It's never as good as the first time.
I know, it's so true.
We are here. No.
I'll try not to laugh.
All right.
All right, you wellness rock stars. That's a wrap on this episode of My Wellness Rewired, Hacking Women's Health. We've had a blast dishing out the hacks and laughs, but hold up, let's keep it real.
Yep, we are not doctors. We are just sharing our biohacking adventures and learning right alongside you. Nothing we say is medical advice, so always, always check with your healthcare provider before trying any new wellness tricks.
Absolutely. This podcast is all about inspiration and entertainment, not prescriptions. So join our Facebook group for more sassy wellness vibes. Catch you next time.